What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to Culture Popped Season 3, Episode 8. We're here to have a good time tonight. As always, I am joined with my main man, Drew, aka Dolan, aka Drewski, aka Heavy D, aka he writes comics and he has too many names. What's up, brother? How are you?
Hi. I'm doing well, yeah, and occasionally called pain in the ass or asshole or dickhead. It's like, okay, yep, try harder. Um, but
Fair.
yeah, it's I'm doing well. It is a terrific day for many reasons. One of which I shared with you that is not for public sharing until many months down the road. But
Jeez.
yeah, that's one of those where it's like it's that trump card you're holding on to. It's like, oh, just wait. But yeah, it's been a great day.
Heck yeah.
Oh, and
Agreed.
speaking of comics, got this bad boy I just shared with you, Doctor Fate, the J.M. DeMatteis collection.
So good.
Art by Keith Giffen, and this sucker is like over 500 some odd pages in here. Yeah, I just started reading this. I'm like 60 some odd pages in. This is amazing. It's just
Yeah.
I like Doctor Strange, but I love Doctor Fate more and how DeMatteis writes it here. And I completely forgot about the mother stepson thing in this
Oh
storyline.
yeah.
Like I was like,
Yep.
oh, that's a bold choice there.
Yeah, you mentioned this like a week or so ago, I think, that you had ordered it, and I was like, oh shit, because I was like, dude, I've got the issues of that, but it's been so long since I've read it that you mentioned it. I was like, oh, I need to pull this back out and read it. And now that you're reading it, I'm like, I really need to pull this back out and read it.
Yeah.
So I might have to do that next week because this time next week we're gonna be in Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm stoked. I'm super excited. I can't wait to go and hang out and just chill. Have a week off.
Yeah,
Two,
absolutely.
yeah. It's gonna be a fun week too. Like we're going out early. We're gonna chill a little bit. We're gonna do some prep for Dallas Fan Expo because you've got some books you're selling. Aaron's got his preview for Kneel Before Doomface he's bringing to the table. But above that, it's just like we're gonna finally get to meet Wes in person.
Finally.
A lot of the comics aficionado crew is going to be joining us there in Dallas. We're kind of doing a quiet meetup one night. We got Max flying in, we got Aaron flying in. Like it's going to be a hell of a week. So I'm stoked. Can't wait to cook for you guys. Can't wait to go be nerds and chill out at the convention. But
yeah. So I've got a tradition I do before every convention. Like I go to get my hair cut. You know, get the high and tight fresh haircut before a convention. So I'm probably gonna have to do that down in Dallas. So I need to find a good barbershop in Dallas to get this done at.
Yep. I'm sure there's one, just don't ask me.
Yeah.
We might have to Google search some stuff and see if we can find something.
Yeah.
There's definitely gonna be a good barber. But you gotta be. But yeah, no, I'm excited and looking forward to it. And I think the past like 2 to 3 years, we've just had so much fun every year, just chilling, just having like kill time, enjoy each other's company, watch Seinfeld or whatever the hell we're gonna watch, Madam Web. We've got to figure out what we're gonna torture Max with this time. We'll find something. So
we have discovered there are many 80s films that are classics that he's never seen.
That is true. Maybe
so he's like, yeah, like
him.
Yeah, like maybe like Cobra or Tango and Cash. Some Sylvester Stallone classic from the 80s that he hasn't seen.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Like there's plenty of stuff we can definitely watch with him, so we'll have to get him in there, that loser, and educate him. We're gonna fix him.
Yeah.
But as we were talking about, you, sir, you're gonna have a couple of things for sale. Is that correct or no?
Yeah, there will be a couple things there. I discovered I'm gonna have 2, at least maybe 3 things there at the convention discovered.
Nice.
So I will have Unholy Nightmare #2 preview edition for sale at booth number that happens to begin with the letters containing in the alphabet.
While you're looking at that, I'm gonna just pre-warn everyone that these numbers and or letters are subject to change, as we learned last year looking for Stephen Platt.
Well, okay. Oh, fun fact about Stephen Platt: he canceled this year, so he will not be there.
Shocking.
Yeah. AP03 will be there with Sigma Comics. So if you're looking for HH, we're going to be there like on the other side of the HH.
Yeah. But speaking of this little Unholy Nightmare number 2, I do believe we have a trailer.
Yes, there is a trailer.
Oh, we're gonna check it out right now.
In Chicago, a mysterious masked hero fights against the forces of evil. He is the Recluse and has a secret ally, a cop who goes undercover in the criminal underworld. Together, they face a deadly new threat, a drug that turns humans into monstrous creatures as they try to stop the drug trade. They discover a hidden realm of horrors that will test their courage and loyalty. Will they survive? The Unholy Nightmare. From the creators of the hit comic book series Born of Blood, Aurelio Mazzara and Dolan Waddick, comes a new action-packed adventure that will take you to the edge of your seat. Enter a world where superheroes and monsters collide and nothing is what it seems. Don't miss Unholy Nightmare 2, the comic book event of the year.
Hoorah! I just shot the link for the Kickstarter into the comment section. I'm about to go pin it. So if you haven't gone to sign up to stay notified of when it launches, what's going on, what's happening, you should go check it out. Sign up to get notifications. But we already know that we're doing our launch June 6th. Correct?
That is correct. Friday night, June 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going, Aaron is in control. He has taken over Wes's channel, the Thinking Critical channel. So Aaron and I were launching Unholy Nightmare 2 on the Thinking Critical channel Friday night. It's going to be a fun-filled night. We're going to have guests galore. We're going to try to have almost the entire art team on. We're going to try to have every artist on. Vu, I'm working on some way. He'll either be in the comments or he'll be in the stream. His English sucks, but we're going to do what we can. Get him to jump on because people love his art, but it's gonna be a blast. I can't wait.
Heck yeah. No, I'm excited. I think these are always fun. I'm excited for you to have this book out, or at least the preview out at Dallas Fan Expo. The books have arrived. I've received the books for Dallas Fan Expo. They're here. They're in good shape, and I can't wait to bring them up and sell them and just get some reactions.
Isn't it nice that we have them ahead of time, well before the convention starts?
You mean instead of having them where they're supposed to arrive on a Thursday and then they don't arrive, and then you're like, okay, well now it's showing Friday and then they don't arrive, and then it's like we don't know when they're arriving because tracking suddenly shows nothing. So you're like, okay, and then you call to see if it's actually going to show up, and they're like, oh no, they're going to arrive Monday after the convention. Yeah, we were about to drive all over Texas if it needed to happen, just to make sure we could get these books and get them back to the convention, even if it was just for Sunday. Like, we were prepared to take those steps.
Where's the driver? We're going to intercept them. I need this box.
Yeah. Thankfully, we were there. Was it Friday? Yeah, I think it was Friday, right? That we were there, and we finally went to the convention. And as we got to the convention for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then we're like, oh, the books arrived. Let's go back to the house and get them.
Yeah, it was when you guys were in line for Stephen Platt, and I got the notification. Right. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my god, they were just delivered.
Woohoo! Yeah, no, I'm again super stoked. Can't wait to I always look, I'm the type of person, I get excited when I see my friends do well, And I love kind of seeing you guys at conventions and having people come up and respond, whether it's people that's familiar with us from the channels or even not. Some people have just been fans since like day one, going all the way back to Born of Blood, and then just till now. And then I've always talked about just, your growth and how much better I think you're getting as a writer. So I love to see all the stuff that you're getting to do. I love the people that you're starting to work with, the stuff that I cannot talk about yet.
Yeah,
But,
it seems like more and more projects I keep getting asked to do, and there's stuff that I can't talk about. I haven't told anyone because of NDAs.
Yeah,
and it's just it's one of those things like, God damn it! But yeah, it's frustrating.
it'll happen in due time.
Yep.
Due time. So. Real quick before we jump into the topics for tonight, let's run through and say hello to the chat. Coming in, first comment of the night, we have Cajun Corey in the house, member for 12 months. Dude,
Woo.
Thank you. He put nerds. Oh, look, 1 year of memberships. 1 year of membership. I thank you so much. I love you to death, Corey. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I got to text you so we can plan some time to hang out. Because I know at first we're waiting to see if they were going to do a Gary and or Rippaverse meetup so we could go see like Karen X-Ray, but that's not happening this year.
So speaking of which, did you see who is on the guest list for the artists? Eric July. He's on the guest list.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that. They're going to be there. They're just not doing a like late night meetup like they did
late
last
night meetup.
time.
Okay, gotcha.
So that kind of frees up a potential night. And then I think the thing we're doing with Wes, Friday, Saturday, I can't remember. I'll have to go look. But I think Perch is organizing that. So we'll get deets on that soon. So
very nice.
Corey, we'll have to figure out a night to meet up and just all go do dinner. But for the 12 months of membership, I am going to give you, let's do Wolverine because you're badass on a bomb. Oh yeah. One of my favorite X-Men films, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. I still remember being in the theater that opening night, going packed ass theater, everyone losing their shit during that whole sequence.
Oh yeah. The attack on the school, that whole sequence was a freaking bomb.
Yeah.
We also have Kaiser Jose in the house coming in with Sup Nerds. Keep it toxic. I'll be Ubering again tonight. Sweetness. We will be playing some trailers and discussing them. So we look forward to hearing you chime in when you're not with some not driving some folks around. We also have Cannoli Sasquatch in the house coming with hello everyone. It's Josh's fault. I can't stop buying comics. Now I'm looking into Judge Dredd. Oh, dude.
Ooh.
We approve.
Yeah, I approve. I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm looking at my my huge rotational bookshelf. I've got like 8 essential editions of Judge Dredd. I've got like 11 Judge Dredd collections on my bookshelf. There's some great stuff out there.
Heck yeah. Corey giving me a reminder to post the link for Drew. It is posted. It is pinned in the chat. Go check out that Kickstarter. We do have Zach's in the house with Joshy Poo. What's up, Zaxy Poo? Nice to see you here, as always. Let's see. Apparently, there is a don't forget to fantasize about Josh as you smash that like button. You know what? I'll take it. I had a big win this past week, and I don't know if I told you, Drew, but I had a female ask for my number. So I had to make sure I let everyone in the office know that I still have it, and the chicks still dig me. So, winning.
That's outstanding.
I also did our monthly gift of 5 memberships, and so if you got it, cool beans, congratulations. We're going to slowly start releasing more member only content. So I'm going to try to get a lot of quick interviews or conversations with talent this or next week at Dallas Fan Expo, and that stuff will be members only. And then projects that I'm working on, whether it be future projects for the channel or outside the channel, I'll be giving insights into that as well. So keep your eyes peeled. And then Kaiser put Kyle as a member. No, Kyle's not gonna pay for this channel. Like, what are you talking about? Kyle's like, I'll join if it's free, and I'm like, nope. Let's see. We've got Caveat Ties in the house with hey, love me some Noir. Indeed. Clearly you can see Spider-Man Noir in here. They dropped so last week the television studios had their upfronts. Typically there's some relatively big news that comes out. This year was a little quieter than what it started off with some big rumbles and then just kind of got quiet. So we'll talk about a few of these things, but one of the things that came out of it was this really quick, brief teaser for Spider-Man Noir. So we'll check that out. There's also a fan-made trailer that mixes some of these clips with.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, and people were calling the guy out, like, "Hey, this is not cool." Yeah,
it looked good though.
It did. Yes, it did.
Him.
It almost fooled me. Yeah.
Same. If I didn't recognize clips from other movies,
correct.
I would have 100% thought it was real.
Yes, same here. Yeah, if I hadn't seen those films, I'm like, wait a minute, that looks familiar. But, okay.
And then yes, Cajun's coming in talking about Ripa. They have a booth and a panel in one of the halls. I think even Gary's doing is Gary doing a panel?
Is Gary going to be there?
I can't remember.
He lives in Texas. It makes sense.
Yeah, maybe it's just Ripa that's doing a panel, and I can't remember. Anyways, there will be panels. So that'll always be. Huh. That'll always be interesting. Yeah. But Caveat Ties coming in again with Spider-Man or Spider Noir looms just like the mysterious vigilante from my novel, but I created him before I knew Spider Noir was a thing. Fair. Also, if you want, go ahead and plug your novel in the comments, man, and see if you can get some attention there.
I was gonna say because I remember when the Noir line launched. That was like what 2015, 2014 that line launched.
I can't even remember because that was around the time that I was just getting back into comics, and I was so DC focused at that point because that's mainly what I'd read growing up. But
I remember reading the X-Men Noir line, and just that was. I'm not saying bad. It wasn't bad. It was just so different, and it was a very unique take on the X-Men, how they approached it. I was like, oh, this is fascinating. But yeah, it was a novel concept, and obviously Spider-Man Noir, it had a lasting impact.
Noir, Noir. I mean, we'll talk about it a little more in a second because I do think it's interesting how this television project kind of came about. But Cajun clarifying Ripa's panels with Gary and Star Wars Theory. That is correct. I'm remembering now. And Garrett's going to be there, and so will Jay. Drunk 3PO. Yes, I knew Garrett was going to be there because he and Max had spoken. So I'm sure we'll be meeting up with them at some point. And then Caveat Ties came in to let us know that the name of his book is Caveat Ties. So go check it out. But we will go ahead and get on to our topics for tonight. And the first thing we are going to talk about, because I don't think no one's really talking about this, and maybe it's just because it was a 24-second clip that we've got. But we do have the Spider-Man Noir teaser that came out. So you had the book that Drew was mentioning that seems like it came out 2014, 2015. And then you had the Spider-Verse animated films that came out, and you had Spider-Man Noir in it. And a lot of people kind of gravitated towards it and caught some attention. You've got Nicolas Cage voicing the character for the animated series or the animated film. And you're like, all right, cool. Like, I'm down. And it was a good film. I've enjoyed both of those films so far. And then it was like out of nowhere. There was no rumbles, no whispers, no nothing. And they're like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, we're going to do a series that's Spider-Man Noir, and it's live action, and we've got Nick Cage. And they were just so like nonchalant when they announced
it's like, oh, by the way, we're doing this thing. Wait, what? Let's go back. Let's go back it up. Let's talk about this.
it was, I'm not gonna say it's like something that like had people like hyped, but it's such an like far left field, you're not gonna see this coming pick, that you can't help but be intrigued.
And part of me really believes that they're trying to downplay it because they don't want it to overshadow probably Tom Holland, his Spider-Man, or whatever other plans they may have in the Marvel-centric universe. That's my theory about this because honestly, I'll be honest straight up right now. I am more excited for this than I am for Superman or Fantastic Four. The 20 some odd seconds we see in this, I am all in.
Yeah.
This gives me exactly what I wanted.
Bravo Dave is asking, will Nick Cage just be doing? No, he's in this. Like, you get to see him.
Yes.
So, like, he is 100% there. Like, it's pretty freaking awesome.
He's committed. I mean, this Nick Cage is so incredible. It's like he is working his ass off. He does not stop. And he's really turning into kind of a chameleon. I don't know if you saw the pictures. He's playing John Madden coming up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wild.
Like, yeah, he looks almost exactly like John Madden. And the clothes and everything, clothes, hair, and I got to give him all the credit in the world. And his portrayal of Spider-Man Noir in the Spider-Verse film, I loved it. I thought he was, to me, my favorite Spider character in the film. And
agreed.
Didn't get enough of him, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm psyched for this. I cannot wait. I'm going to be there first day this comes out.
Hell yeah. Well, we always risk it's fine. I'm not worried about risking monetization. I like when we get to watch these trailers. So we're about to watch this little teaser real quick. That way you guys can experience it, and then you can kind of get an idea of what we're excited about. So without further ado, let me get this pulled up. Gonna share my screen. Caveat Ties is asking, is this full live action, animated, or some sort of half thing? It looks like it's mostly live action, but filmed probably on a green screen or blue screen, like they did 300 or something.
I was gonna say, probably just like Sin City or 300. It really reminded me of Sin City. Robert Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, agreed with that. Especially because of the black and white.
Have you seen it out there?
Sorry, I didn't realize it was gonna start that fast. Anyway. It's a quick, like 23-second teaser. This doesn't release until 2026, so this is them trying to definitely build up some hype leading up to it. But you're going to see, looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's check it out.
Have you seen it out there? The city's a mess. The people could use a hero. I hope they find someone.
Heck yeah!
Yeah, I'm psyched. It's God, and Nick Cage is committed to whatever he does, and if this is popular, I'm hoping he comes back for more. It'd be like one of the first times he'll be coming back for more than just hopefully come back for like a sequel or something. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm super stoked. I think it's great that he's doing it. It sounded like Lawrence Fishburne was at the beginning of that voiceover, right? It was
play it again. Play it again. I'm not sure.
Let me pull it up. Hold on. I took it away because I'm a moron. Let's do. Hold on, I gotta take it back.
Have you seen it out?
So I can't tell if this is him or not because it seems a little muffled, but it at the very least gave me Lawrence Fishburne vibes. And then you can clearly hear Cage at the end, but one more time.
Have you seen it out there? The city's a mess. The people could use a hero. I hope they find someone.
Hoorah.
God, can't wait.
It was the way he said mess that reminds me of Lawrence Fishburne. That first voice. So it may not be.
It could be. Well, I mean, Lawrence Fishburne is an older guy now. I mean, it could be him. I don't know.
Yeah. Could be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for like roughly 20 to 24 seconds worth of a tease of just like, hey, we're gonna let you know kind of the vibe of what we're doing and give you just a quick idea. Like, man, I think it looks slick. So if they can get some good writing and action and stuff, I mean, even that quick action shot that we see looks pretty bomb. So
Yeah. And I
uh,
love that tone. It's like, yeah, just okay. He does not see himself as a hero. It's awesome.
no. And I don't know if it's just this got lost in the news of everything else coming out. But it may have also been too. I don't think they posted this immediately after revealing it. I think they waited like a day or two before posting this little teaser. So I feel like it just between Superman and Ironheart both being talked about for for different reasons. The
Jesus.
Daredevil news we're gonna get to. I think all that just overshadowed this because I haven't seen really any coverage of this.
No,
But yeah,
it's a crime. It really is a crime. And
it is.
I mean, like you said, just 24 seconds, but this has more of an impact for me
Mhm.
than any other trailers have. And like, I am so psyched for this. And like, if this were in theaters, I would go see this.
Oh
But
hell yeah!
but I'll take it. I'll take whatever we can get with this. I mean, I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan, but I love this. I love the tone of this, and I loved reading the Spider-Man Noir comics from. Okay, it was 2009 when they came out.
Mm.
2009, but yeah, I'm all on board for this. Give me more.
Indeed. We do have Bravo Dave with that promo was sick. Completely agree. And he put, I hope there are no current dayisms in it. It seems like they're keeping it to like a certain time period. So
Yeah,
hopefully
because
not.
it took place during the Great Depression in New York
Yeah.
City. So if they stick true to that, if they do, they got a hit on their hands. I guarantee it.
We also have JD Petty in the house. What is up, brother? Nice to see you. And he's coming in with, but what does the Patrick Bateman of Geek Channels think of this? And he's referring to Supes. I don't know. I don't know if Supes has actually watched this, so I might begrudgingly have to go check that out in a second and see if he has. I'm gonna pray that he has it because if he has, I feel like I'm gonna have to watch it. But I'm sure it's just him screaming, "Let's go, let's go!" You know, because that's what he does for everything. He'll watch a trailer.
What?
Whoa, it's it's Spider-Man. It's voice. Yeah, no, I'm sure he's got his trend of like screaming "Let's go" with trailers, and then a month later releasing the like superhero movies are dead. So I'm sure that's what we'll get. But no, I'm excited for this. I can't wait. Hopefully, as we get more and more things released, it continues to look as good and entertaining as it appears to here. So crossing my fingers, man. Crossing my fingers. Moving on, we're going to look at another trailer that dropped last week. And some people talked about this. I think it came out Tuesday last week before we did our show. But there's been some, we've had some time to sit with it now because I'm curious now that we've had initial reactions out of the way. We've got the Superman trailer that dropped. We will check it out as well. But Drew, just based on when it dropped, I think Aaron and I had a specific reaction to it, and yours was a little different. So I think Aaron and I were both like, well, it was the best trailer we've gotten so far. And your reaction was meh.
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm still am. I'm still very much on the fence, and and to be honest with you, I mean we've talked, we've debated about this alleged 10-minute sequence between him and Lois, where she's I don't want to say, I'm not going to say interviewing him, more like interrogating him. But you have Superman being very defensive, very emotional, very reactionary, just not confident, not stoic, and I don't like how the trailer opened with that. Just not seeing a very heroic Superman, and we really just, I mean, between this trailer and the previous trailer, you really see him really getting his ass kicked, his ass beat, and on top of that, a bad trainer of dogs. But it I really hope these segments that we're seeing are very small, and we see much more of a positive, optimistic Superman than what we've gotten in the last 10 years or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still on the fence. It could go either way for me.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, I'm gonna hope for the best, but who knows what could happen when it could happen? Yeah, it'll be interesting. I just hope that people go in with an open mind to watch it and then actually base it on the movie, because we've talked about how sometimes if you go into a film looking for something, you're gonna find it. But yeah, let's check this trailer out real quick, and then we'll kind of stop and go as we go through it to discuss different things, because there's a couple of things that I want to touch on specifically that are in the trailer, and just kind of maybe bounce what our opinions are off of one another. So let me get this shared and pulled up. Oh yeah. Oh no, we can't say that. But yeah, let's go ahead and check this out real quick. First off, I love that they're using the bullet logo. So.
I was getting ready to say that. That is one of the, if not the smartest decision DC has made in the last 10 years or so. Yeah.
Yep. People are probably like, 2 seconds, dude. You couldn't even get past the logo. No, I couldn't get past.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. They teased us with this logo like a while back. What was it, like 2018? They're like, we're bringing it back, baby, and we're like, yeah. And then it lasted for like a year.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, back to the trailer.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Okay. I'm just going to say all of that for me is perfect.
Right there. Yes. Right there.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Like,
yeah.
I love just the flirty. I will say this is the first we're really getting to see of both Brosnahan and David Cornsweet, kind of actually do a little bit of acting, like a little bit of their chemistry and back and forth. And for me, I feel like that little bit is perfect. It's flirty. He's kind of just like, it's what you want to see from Superman as Clark. I mean, like, he's getting to just fully be himself with Lois. And
yes, I'm getting more chemistry off them than I got with Henry Cavill and what's her face?
Yeah. Listen, I love Henry Cavill Superman. I wish he would have gotten a good film.
Yeah, me too.
Or a good Superman film. But yeah, that even the Cronkite, let's go Cronkite, like, loved it. I'm here for it. Let's see if we can keep it up though.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some might. It's a lot.
They changed that.
Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look.
What'd they change it from?
That scene where he got the can thrown at his head. If you look closely, if you go back to the very first trailer, he blinked. They changed it in this trailer to where he didn't blink when the can hit him.
Fair. Interesting.
Yeah.
So we're already starting to see some of the like tete-a-tete going on between her and Clark Superman, kind of grilling. And I
Rick
have
Flag Sr.
Rick Flag Sr. Yep.
Look into your actions. That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're going to be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing anybody except for me and doing good.
I would.
So we're gonna pause for a second because you're starting to see this kind of build of this bicker, I guess.
Yeah.
And I have different thoughts about it. So one, we'll go with the what we've heard is that this scene in particular is roughly a 10-minute scene.
Oof.
I know. And depending on, look, I'm not going to say that I think the writing is good. I think the acting is good. There are aspects of this that I do like. On one hand, I like that Superman lives in this world where he doesn't think about, his actions being confined or viewed
Yeah,
as
no,
the actions of a nation, right?
yes, no, I agree. It's very much
Yeah.
reminiscent of the '78 Christopher Reeve Superman, where
Yeah.
you have the guy who believes truth, justice, in the American way, living in a very jaded time where people are like, I just don't believe this. This is crazy, And yeah, he's very much like that. Just he's not thinking in those political terms.
Right. And I'm perfectly fine with even Lois being the one to kind of go like, yo, you need to think like this because this is the reality you live in. What I don't like here, and it's what you talked about earlier, he gets defensive in his responses. And I think it's easy to say, well, yeah, I mean, anyone would. My thing is this is Superman.
Yeah.
So I feel like even if he's saying some of these same things, you could keep the dialogue the same. I just don't think he would get as like, oh, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna express and I'm gonna sit down and sigh. And I feel like he'd just be more even kill. Now, you could make the argument, yeah, but that would make it boring to watch. And maybe there's some, truth there.
No, but we could at least see, like, similar to the Christopher Reeve and Margot Kidder, we could see some flirtation, But here it's just I don't like seeing her. She has the upper hand on him with this. It's showing much more over. Just she's much more powerful in this scene than he is.
With the question, I mean, look, it's Lois, and she Lois is known for being like a go getter. She's not,
she's spunky. Yeah, that's who she is. Yeah. But it just, but with here, it's just he's just like completely, just like defensive, simp, whatever else.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say she's completely dominating. He does stay. She's not standing over him, so I'm glad that's not. I'm glad he's the one that actually stands up. Well, it depends on how you look at it. If she were standing up and he were sitting down and she were like pointing and I think it would be even worse. I guess what I'm saying is if you take the tone and make it less argumentative. And maybe make it to where she's like just trying to get him to understand, like, do you not realize why people are viewing it this way? And then have him come to, instead of getting angry, just come to realization of like, why can't people just understand that I'm trying to help and leave it at just that? I would have been 100% okay with this. But yeah, she gets pretty aggressive and he gets more defensive than I would like. And again, I will always support Lois Lane being aggressive. I think that's in her nature.
Yes,
but I do think she would respond a little. It depends on how far in their relationship they are. I mean, clearly she knows Clark is Superman here, but I feel like she would have just a little more grace with Clark because that's kind of how they work. She is the one to kind of like help tie him to what reality is like. Because he is such a good person and that's what he represents and presents and does, that sometimes she has to be like, hey, I need you to step back and remember this is humanity and people don't act like they should and they don't act the way you act. I'm fine with that dynamic. But I do think it's just a little aggressive here, but let's keep it going.
Question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
So, two things real quick. I love the hey buddy, eyes up here. For me, that feels very Superman-esque.
Yeah. Telling people to look up. I love it.
There are a lot of people really throwing a fit about the fact that this guy comes and helps Superman up. And they're like, oh, this, like, they don't know what they're doing. Superman doesn't need help. I don't take this as him needing help. I think he would have been getting up on his own no matter what. But I take this as symbolism of...
Yes, people believing in him. People, yeah, that's what it is.
Correct. Like, hey, we are with you. So for the people that are like, oh, no, he's going to have a human help. Like, shut the fuck up and get out of here. Just,
Yeah.
Also, in case you didn't know, from the months of them plastering this all over the place, this is from the director James Gunn.
James
Did you
Gunn
know that?
presents.
James Gunn presents
James Gunn, including James Gunn's dog as James Gunn's dog.
presents Superman by James Gunn, directed by James Gunn, written by James Gunn. Superman is James Gunn. No, I kind of
semi-autobiographical story of James Gunn.
Right. Oh God. It's about my relationship with my dad. I wish they would back off. Like, we get it. And I think the problem here is they are floating him as the draw instead of the character. And if they just focus, again, this is the most we're getting to see of Corn Sweat and Brosnahan actually playing the characters. I mean, we've gotten the clips before, but when he's in the Arctic and he's on the ground and injured, there's really not a ton of acting going on. Like, you don't get to see a lot. It's just that he's injured. He's trying to get Crypto to take him back. So this is the first we're getting to see of them. And I wish they just focus on that. Like, focus on kind of these guys and the characters, and let the brand do some of the heavy lifting, not just the hope that people are going to show up for James Gunn, which, hey, by the way, audiences typically don't show up for James Gunn. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy was a fluke for all intents and purposes as far as his box office goes. So,
yes, it was. Yeah.
We shall look, the big thing here is this going to actually work or not? And if this doesn't do well, then you can say goodbye to whatever plans they have for the DC films.
110% true.
Yeah.
If this film does not make $1 billion, Supergirl will probably be that last film. I guarantee.
Oh yeah,
that's.
Depending on when they start shooting Clayface, maybe that. But there might be like a backdoor angle with Clayface that they could kind of tie it to Penguin, the series, and that Batman. But even that Batman's having a ton of issues, so we'll see. You don't say. Let's keep going. We're about roughly halfway through this, so.
Your choices.
Any thoughts on the engineer being in this?
Yeah.
I'm curious because initially they had announced that they were doing The Authority, right?
Yeah, and that is the engineer from The Authority.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then they've now come back and said they're not doing The Authority, but the engineer is still in the film. So it's like, oh, okay. And any thoughts on Lex here? Well, not here, but what we saw.
I would say I love what we're seeing of Nicholas Hoult as Luthor, but I'm upset we haven't really heard him talk or speak as Luthor. Maybe I want to see more of that.
I kind of wish they would have taken like a Superman for All Seasons type approach to these trailers and done it from different perspectives. Like release different trailers or TV spots or something, but have one Superman's perspective, have one that's Lois's perspective, do one that's Alexa's perspective, and then do one that's kind of like everyone else that's around and watching type of thing. I think that would have been really, really interesting had they done that. Hey. Sorry, my dog's getting a little feisty down here. But yeah, curious to see what they do with the engineer. The villains that they're choosing are I mean, aside from Lex makes sense. But the other aspects are just interesting, and I'm curious to see where they take it.
Very bold choices.
Yeah, yes. Although I did like seeing Crypto do some action there, and it looks like he rips off part of her face. So that might be interesting.
Actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Superman.
He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
I'm not sure how I feel about Mom Podcast.
Same here. Because what's odd is that the dad playing him, he usually plays a psycho or someone who's like mentally ill in everything he's in,
or a villain. Yeah, he's usually. So I'm looking at him and I'm seeing that, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know. But even the mom, man, the way she comes up and she's like, "I'll go get I clean your boots for you."
It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel real. There's something about it.
It feels like a caricature.
Yes.
And I'm not saying there aren't people. Look, I know people like that, right? It just doesn't feel like how it feels like someone told him, like, oh yeah, by the way, Kansas, so his parents need to be Southern, and he's like, oh, okay. And they came up with this version of Southern, and like this version of Southern reminds me of, again, this is not a diss. I know plenty of people that live in trailer parks, but like podunk trailer park, barely get by. Like that's what that reminds me of. And I know plenty of great people like that. But it doesn't make me think of, the family that, runs a full farm and finds this kid that, drops from space and then raises him. Like it doesn't make me think that.
Because I mean, the parents from Lois and Clark, New Adventures of Superman, I thought they were fantastic as the parents, and clearly John Schneider and Ned O'Toole on Smallville, they did a great job.
Indeed,
there's something about the parents on Lois and Clark. Like I loved how they talked to Clark and how they treated everything with him. From like the costumes. Their interactions, just one of the small things I love in that show. Just remembering is when a Superman, he just survived an explosion. He's calling his mom, trying to asking her like, "How do I clean out this bomb stain on the costume? I don't know what to do. What do I use? I don't know." And it's small things like that, and she's talking to him like an actual mom, just talking like, and I'm not picking that up here.
Yeah, agreed. I'm even gonna say Kevin Costner and Diane Lane were great casting. They got such bad, like F Zack Snyder for that. That's all I'm gonna say. He ruined
I don't know.
that.
Maybe you should let those kids drown. It's like, wait, what?
No, I don't think you read. Have you read Superman, man? Like he wouldn't say that. Oh God. Anyways, we got just a few seconds left, so let's wrap this up real quick. Oh, jeez.
You have a dog?
I've got to say, I don't understand. You have that clip. Oh, okay, first off, let me see if I can find it again. Well, any thoughts on Guy Gardner swatting these soldiers away with his ring?
I go both ways on that, because Guy Gardner is very much, he's very much a dick with the Green Lantern ring. But at the same time, I always saw him as more of like the conservative type, someone who would respect the military. And it's something that's like, I don't really see him doing that to the military, let alone our military. So maybe it's another nation's army he's doing that to. But
maybe
we'll see.
I'm trying to find I don't know where it's at now, but the image of Home Chick taking the selfie. I think it's right before this.
Oh, was it Miss Tessmacher?
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Woo.
I'm assuming that is Tessmacher. So
Or Cat Grant.
No, I think Kat is. I can't remember where they showed her now. It was I think she's like white hair almost and shorter
Okay.
hair.
Oh, like beach. Okay, great. Okay, like Pixie Beach Blonde or yeah.
Yeah, they showed her in one of the. I can't find it now, but it was one of the clips where they're clearly at the Daily Planet because you got the whole lineup there, but she's in that. Anyways, varying thoughts on this. I'm not gonna say I'm hyped. I will say there are things that I'm seeing from it that look like it could be good, and then I'm seeing things that I'm not crazy about. So
Yeah, same. We'll see it. I may see it like the Thursday or Friday, but I'm not until I really hear some good reviews about it. But we'll see.
yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna go see it. I probably will be there Thursday night just because those for my area tend to be a little more empty, and even if it is packed, it's more like respectful moviegoers than like Friday night or Saturday. So I like it just for that. But yeah, let's see what some of the comments are on this. Bravo Dave came in with Amy Adams was mid as Lois.
That's her.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like just didn't. I don't know. Just
Yeah,
didn't
and then
do it for me.
and then she put on some weight, and it's like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, she got the mommy weight. Yeah.
KG came in with, I'll say this about this, Lois. What?
Hey,
I think
watch season 1, House of Cards. Definitely would.
Yeah. Brosnahan, I think she's just a naturally pretty woman.
Oh yes, she looks she looks like she hasn't aged a day since season 1 of House of Cards
at all, and that was 10 years ago.
No, longer than 10 years ago. That was at least
2008, 2009. I gotta look that up.
Probably 2011, maybe 2012.
Okay, maybe. Oh, 2013. So yeah, definitely 12 years ago. Filming wise, probably 13 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is wild. But yeah, I know what you're referring to. So yes, and I think she was on
the Marie and Paris show, or whatever it's called. Or
well, there was the not that. She was on the crap. I was thinking of something else, but now you've got me thinking about what that was. Where she's like the 1940s, 1950s housewife. So
yeah,
there's that one.
It's like Emily in Paris. That's it. Is that what it was, or am I thinking of something else?
No, you're thinking of something else.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, where she was a comedian, a housewife turned comedian. Yeah.
Yes. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. But I was thinking of Blacklist because I think she plays like a prostitute in the Blacklist. Oh no, I'm getting stuff mixed up. But she was on the Blacklist as well. So. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I said it, going back to like one of the first streams we ever did for this channel. So going back 2 years ago, when they were doing the casting for this, I said she's the pick, and I think she'll be the standout if they do her right. We'll see. Bravo Dave, but hopefully he doesn't live in a world of snapping necks. Oh man. The fact that he didn't even try to have Superman talk down Zod was crazy. Let's see. Yeah, Bravo Dave sounds like she'll talk. Yeah, Perry Chan did a trailer that honestly feels more like old school Superman. I'll have to see if I can find that and send it to you after, Drew. He took a lot of what's in these trailers and just kind of recut it in a way and took certain things out. And it's like that is the Superman I want to go see. Should be Mercy and not the engineer. I think the problem is I think they're trying to find someone that could be like a bit of a potentially physical threat for Superman. And I don't think Mercy would be that unless she had kryptonite. So I'm fine with the engineer. I just don't know where they're going. It's a weird choice because I don't know where they're going with it. If they were for sure doing the Authority, I would 100% get it. But since they now said they're not doing it, I don't get it. If you're not going to bring the Authority in and try to kind of make them a place in this world, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Part of me thinks that they're backing. I think maybe the leadership got spooked. I think they're backing off.
Same. Which I would have loved seeing the Authority on film. Like, it would have been different. It would have felt I don't want to say it would have felt fresh because you've got other stuff out there, but they toe that line of, are you a hero or not, and are these actions justified?
So shocker, I won't own the Authority collections in my house because rereading them, I see them as bad guys. I just see them as just like you said, it's in their name, Authority. They're authoritative figures, and I don't like that in my heroes.
Agreed. I was like, I have this somewhere and I couldn't find it, but yeah, I've got it. Ugh. Right here. Boom. Omnibus.
Oof.
No, I'm with you. They kind of, they really kind of are the bad guys. So, we got JD Petty coming in with, can I just say, and I know this is not the only movie doing this, but I hate the drawn out, over dramatic versions of classic songs and trailers. Yeah, man, I kind of feel you there. So, Kevin Davis, welcome, brother. I'm not sure if I've ever seen you here, so enjoy having you here, and glad you're joining the conversation. But domestic audiences will push Superman to make at least 250 to 350 million. My only concern is the international audiences come out and support DC Studios at the box office. I think in general it's going to be interesting because I think there's a lot of baggage that's kind of coming into play here. That's not just about this film. Like, you have the Snyder Bros that are anti this film because it's not Snyder and his verse. You've got a lot of general audiences that have given up on DC because of how bad previous movies have been. I think you've got superhero fatigue / movie fatigue in general. So it's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I would even say, kind of comparatively speaking, I don't think any of us expected anything great from Thunderbolts, but it came out and got relatively positive feedback, even from people that usually don't like Marvel. They're like, "Yeah, look, I didn't hate it. It's fine. It's a decent movie."
Yeah.
What?
Oh, sorry, I was young. I'm sorry. I'm getting ready. Yeah.
Hey, even you said you didn't hate it, and I think
we all thought we
were gonna absolutely shit on that movie, and we're like, there's some things that are like, but there was some good stuff too.
Yeah, it was surprisingly better than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, but even with the positive word of mouth, even with the whole marketing Marvel or Avengers push, it's still just barely at 300 and something thousand worldwide, I think. So it's not looking great. Bravo Dave said GL Green Lantern constructs don't work like that. Sheesh. I think it looks like it may have gone underground. I'm gonna have to watch it a little carefully because I see when I paused the trailer, I did see a line coming from the ring, and then the hand does come out of the ground, or the SWAT from the hand, but it's definitely questionable. JD Petty's heading to bed. Good night, sir. And this Supes looks too metrosexual. I mean, he's in a solid white shirt. I don't know if that counts as metrosexual.
No,
he's a good-looking dude.
Yeah, Superman 2. That's exactly what Clark looked like. It wasn't a Donner cut in the scene in the fortress when he's talking to Marlon Brando. That's what he's wearing. He's wearing black slacks, white collar shirt, just like this.
Yeah. Look, I think David Cornswood has a good look. I think the bad thing is the worst that he looks is when he's in the Superman suit.
The Superman suit makes him look so small. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
And this guy's like 6'4", 6'5", and 200 and something. Like, he got jacked for this, and you can't tell. So
nope.
It's weird. It's really weird. If I were him and I saw that suit and the way it made me look, I would have been like, we're fixing this. I'm not wearing this. I refuse. So, any final thoughts on Superman before we move on?
Hoping for the best, preparing for the worst.
Hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. That's not a bad outlook to have, Drew. And I think I'm right there with you. I think there's ultimately going to be things that I love in this. And I think there's going to be things that I hate. And I'm curious to see what ends up winning out.
And hey, we allegedly got to hear story beats that happen in this film. So if all I gotta say is if half of those are true, oh man,
yeah,
it's gonna make for a very interesting theater going experience.
Yeah, I kept looking for monkeys at a computer, but I also went to that screen or that still of Tessmacher to be like, could this potentially be the X? And is this the selfie? You know what I'm saying? So who freaking knows? We'll see. But yeah. Planning for the worst, hoping for the best. I think that is a completely fair outlook to have. But are we going to feel the same way about this next project? Because I don't know. I think this might be the real banger, and it's Ironheart, Drew. You've been waiting for this.
Slay Queen.
We're going to pretend like Eric Breen showed up and said this the moment I pulled Ironheart up, even though he said this before. But we're just going to pretend like he didn't put thinking and he put this gives me a headache because I do think that might be the case. Drew, have you watched this trailer yet?
Oh, I have.
Oh, buddy. All right. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get this pulled up and get right to it because oh man, I have so many thoughts and they're not that great. But Ironheart is coming to Disney Plus at the end of June, and they have so much faith in it that they're dropping the first 3 episodes on the debut night, and potentially doing another 2 to 3 episodes the next week. So it's kind of like they have more faith than Echo, but no faith at all still.
Hey, what does it tell you too that they had it sitting on a shelf for like 2 years and they're finally releasing it?
Yeah, that's not fantastic. Let's go ahead and get this started and check it out real quick. How much do you want to bet they're going to try to run Ryan Coogler's name into the ground as much as possible?
Oh, they got to. They have to right now.
Yeah,
because he has arguably the most financially successful film in the world. And
Sinners.
So I'm very curious to see. Just how often we see his name advertised for this.
I wish I would have remembered where I saw it. They've got a special interview with him up where he's talking about how inspired he was by Riri in the comics when the comics came out, and I'm like, bro,
bullshit.
I know. Yeah. I'm like, it feels so scripted and so inauthentic that I was like, no, nobody feels this way.
Because if he had actually legitimately read those comics when she first appeared, you realize, okay, there's nothing heroic about this character.
No. Except he's like, oh, the thing that's intriguing about her in the comics is she's friends with Tony. I'm like, oh god.
Not even no. Here's just it. It's not even Tony. It's an AI of Tony.
Yes. So yeah, that's one of those things that felt so forced that I couldn't get behind it. Anyway, back to the trailer. Hello.
Call again, man.
Okay, I'm not going to say I'm a paranoid person, but if I'm walking in a building that I don't know and I'm going into an elevator and there's something covered up by a blanket in the corner, I'm not getting on that elevator.
So much for being a brilliant, the smartest ever character in Marvel Universe.
The bestest and smartest ever. Yeah.
Yeah, already looking like an idiot.
Oh, man. Well, things are about to take an interesting turn. Maybe interesting is not the right word. Things are about to take a turn.
Yeah.
For real.
Real in the play.
Welcome, Mary. In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
You're entering. You'll supplicate and die unless you break into the device on the floor, where you will find a gas mask. Good luck.
Hey, Riri, I know you're a genius. So I'm gonna give you 3 minutes, and I'm gonna tell you everything about what you need to do as an interview.
Yeah.
You know, we're not gonna let you figure it out yourself. I'm gonna tell you precisely what you need to do.
But
Okay.
hey, Josh, she's a genius.
So if you can follow the instructions very carefully, then I know you're a genius. And you're hired. DEI.
Screw this.
Do we actually know what she just did by breaking that? Like, it didn't look like an emergency thing. It looked like it was just one of those plastic covers that keeps like whatever documents that need to be in there.
Yeah, that's what I think so too. Yeah. Honestly, it's just you're trying to. The key takeaway is they're trying to sell us that she is the smartest ever, but she is being handed everything, and we'll get to more of her being handed everything later on in this trailer.
Yeah.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So you in or out?
He looks awful there, by the way. I hate his hair.
He looks like he just walked up a High School Musical set.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with his hair here, but it does not look good. I don't know why they chose that. I already think it's a weird casting for the Hood as it is, but
he looks like he should be out in the street carrying a spinning sign, asking, "Would you like to know about my wiener? Would you like to hear about my wiener?" Whatever that was in the Accepted movie or whatever it's called, Justin Long. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Would you like to hear about? Yes.
To hear about my wiener.
Oh God, no. I like what's his name, Anthony Ramos. I think. I like him as an actor. I don't mind him, but this casting feels weird. His look is really weird, and I don't know what they were. I don't know what they should have. They should have just at least kept him with the short hair. So,
or just don't show him at all. Just keep the hood up. Keep the hood up because he's the fucking Hood.
Well,
don't
that
show
too.
His damn face.
This is kind of like giving me Gotham vibes from the Fox TV show, where they're like, "Oh, we're going to show you these villains, but before they actually, we're going to show you their origin story from when they were kids." Yeah, nope, hate it. Hate it.
It just reminded me of Batwoman, and the only thing we're missing is her saying, "This is going to be perfect when it fits me, when it fits a woman."
Oh my God, I forgot about. If there's one thing I tried to forget, it's Batwoman. Drew, thanks a lot.
Hey.
Oh man, he's got a stack of hundos there. I'll take the hundos.
But there is a scene here where it's very reminiscent of Batwoman. And
no, yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's not a good sign.
No, at all. All right, let's keep it going.
Riri, I see you. I see you fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
Home chick. Okay, look, I'm just gonna put it this way. Home chick had her project for MIT stolen by the CIA. She worked with Wakanda to create tech, and then they're like, "Oh, we're waiting for like. I see you're frustrated and you want to be acknowledged." I mean, I get that you didn't get credit for some of those things.
What is heroic about that? What is heroic about that?
I don't know.
And the other thing about this, people may not know, when she first appeared in comics, he stole Tony's armor. She stole his original armor from some museum and more or less copied it to make her own. And just because there was nothing defining about the character saying why she wanted to be a hero, why she needed the armor. It's like Jace Fox being fucking Batman. Why is he Batman? We don't know. We don't fucking know why. Because. And here it's like, why is she being Iron Woman, trying to be Iron Woman, to be acknowledged for her greatness? Like, what the fuck is heroic about that? Tony Stark was in a fucking cave, made a suit to fucking survive and to escape. Yeah, out of desperation, he made his armor suit. There's no desperation here.
I think if you would kind of take it, because she's in Chicago, or she's from Chicago. I don't know if she's in Chicago here, but I think if you'd taken this from the aspect of like, hey, like, I think I can recreate what he did, and she was like this huge fan of Tony Stark and Iron Man and what he represented, and then she tried to go like street level, like I'm gonna stop some of this gang stuff. It may have then lended more towards a heroic journey as opposed to this, because here she starts off as a criminal. She works with this crime gang to steal shit from people. So I really questionable start for how they're starting this. I'm just preparing myself for some of the cringe that's about to come up because I can't. But let's keep it going.
You are not the first genius at MIT.
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
After my internship abroad, I want to build something undeniable, something
important,
iconic.
It's a brand new.
But why? Why do you want to build that?
I mean, look, I understand the idea of just building. Like when you've got one of those creative minds that you create things and build things, that's just what you want to do. But it's the way they, like, Tony Stark did the same thing. Like you've got that where he keeps building different mocks for different reasons, but you understood the why for him.
Yeah.
You don't understand the why for her other than like, I want to get recognition. And it's like, yeah, okay, well, that doesn't make you likable and it doesn't make you a hero.
Correct.
So I'm with you. So on June 24th, this will be hitting your Disney Plus if you have Disney. Y'all don't have Disney Plus. I don't know what you're talking about. Carry on.
Okay.
I can give you the tools to help you carry out your vision.
But anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
What will you do, Riri?
You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot.
This feels like it's trying to be like Riverdale level type of entertainment instead of just being a good show.
No, that the good show is not in their vocabulary right now.
No. But it feels like they're just trying to teach or like reach that tween audience. And oh yeah,
I guarantee you there's going to be a bunch of 17, 18, 19-year-old slay queens who'll be like, yeah, queen. Go get it, girl. Yes.
Well, I mean, we do know that they have a drag queen cast in this production. Shea Coulee is in Ironheart playing a character called Slug.
Of course.
I don't fully know who Slug is or what that means, but it's Shea Coulee, people. If you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, Shea Coulee.
You know nothing about this man.
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
This is so.
I'm pausing it because I want to go back. Let me see if I can get it to inch forward. That looks creepy, whatever was happening there with his back. I'm curious to see how dark they take this. I want to get that image of the hood because for me, I thought that was this is what the hood should be. I don't want to see his face. I don't want to get to know him. I just want to see him doing crime and causing problems and this.
Yeah.
Because that to me is who the hood is. It should be. But anyways, I'll take that, but everything else we've seen, no.
Dead or in jail.
This is so much bigger than that.
This is wild. A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady.
Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
It's literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
Isn't that fucking hilarious?
So funny. You're so funny, Marvel. So funny. Okay, making me laugh.
Great story, Marlon.
Great story, Marvel. Yeah, not a. This poor guy, by the way. Hey, his career. You were doing Beautiful Creatures. It's gonna be a series. Nope, just kidding. Hey, you're gonna be young Han Solo. Your career's about to take off. Yeah, nope, just kidding. Oh, hey, we're gonna have you play like a lackey in a bunker. Okay, poor guy.
Returning those.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about you, but whoa, going straight into Pokemon here. I don't feel excited about that one bit at all. Drewski, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Just thinking about everything on this. It's just I cannot wait for the reaction, the reception of this. People to say that this is just garbage and it should have stayed shelved.
Oh, 100%. 100% it should have stayed shelved. I don't know. I think they should have just cut their losses. And when Marvel so desperately needs to deliver quality to win people back so that people will actually give them a chance again, this whole up down that they're doing, I don't know. It's just bad. I mean,
yeah.
We watched Daredevil Born Again. There were moments that were fine. Overall, it was not good. We had a 9-episode season where 6 episodes were the 6 episodes that were so bad that they stopped production and said, nope, we're gonna scrap it, but they didn't actually scrap it. Like, I don't know. More than anything, what Marvel needs to do is deliver like 5-6 consistent projects. And if they can do that, once they do that, people might go, hey, I think this could be good. And they'll start giving them the benefit of the doubt again. But when you keep going this whole up and down in quality, and even the ups aren't that high, it's not looking good. So, let's see. We've got The Day Later coming in with, this is from the elevator scene, but I described the scene to a woman at work and she wanted to know, since Riri's a genius, why didn't she just rewire the elevator to work?
Yeah.
I mean, makes sense. The suit looks like a dead ringer of the War Machine armor from the Nickelodeon cartoon Iron Man Armored Adventures. I never watched it, so I can't say, but I'll trust your judgment on that. Caveat Ties comes in with iconic. You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. Nice. Princess Bride. I will accept it and love it. Drew, we got to correct you. She didn't steal. She looted the Iron Man armor. So it's okay by Chicago standards.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I just cut down. Oh, Breen says, are you going to show the Japanese Ironheart next? No, I should have. I didn't even think about it. I honestly forgot about it until you commented it. Have you seen that, Drew? The Japanese Ironheart? Drew?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting tired.
No, you're good. We're going to be wrapping up soon.
Okay.
Have you seen the Japanese Ironheart?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
It's something. That's all I gotta say.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the thoughts here on that. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the Ironheart talk. There is one more, well, technically 2, but these will go quick because they're not trailers. One more topic. So one thing that came out from the week was Jessica Jones, so Kristen Ritter, is returning for Daredevil Born Again season 2. Is this gonna save the show, Drew?
I don't think so, but we'll see.
I don't either.
Look, she was fine as Jessica Drew.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, for me, it worked when she had other characters to play off of, like Luke Cage.
Correct.
And maybe Iron Fist. But I mean, if Luke Cage isn't there and she's just there being the smarmy, snarky bitch the entire time, it's gonna make for a long season.
Yeah, I fully expect you're going to see her like you saw the Punisher for 2 to 3 episodes max, and that's about it. And I do believe that Luke Cage is coming back. They haven't announced it, but he had signed contracts back when she originally signed contracts to return. So I think they're just kind of keeping that close to the chest. Look, I'll welcome it. I'm curious to see what this new creative team does on their own without other bullshit. I'm hoping it's got to be a step up from season 1 of Daredevil Born Again. And if it's not, then just cancel the show, please. And then Drew, final thing. Wonder Man, hey, it's dropping December 25th. Aren't you excited for Christmas?
I so excited. I completely forgot about this show until you said it.
Bro, and, you and me both.
I don't get this approach with it. I don't get it.
I don't either. And the fact that they're bringing Travis Slattery or whatever the name of that character was. Ben crap, why can't I think of his name?
5?
No, the actor Ben
Kingsley.
Yes, Kingsley. There we go. The fact that it's them and it's like almost like a buddy cop duo type thing of isn't this fun? I can't bring myself to even pretend to be excited. So other than that, the only thing that they did is they had a teaser snippet type thing of other things coming out, and in it they showed a title for what was Vision Quest and is now Vision. So who knows what the hell they're doing there. I think these are all things they should have just scrapped. I'm team let Secret Wars happen and then just start over. Just start fresh. Let it go. But yeah. We are going to go ahead and start wrapping up the night. Drewski, if people want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Dolan Waddick. You can find me on Instagram, Dolan_Waddick. I'm posting nothing but the books I'm working on.
Indeed, that is true. I can confirm. And Day Later says he's heard that Wonder Man is good. It depends on who you're hearing it from, too. But it might be. Look, I will say that I didn't have high hopes for Agatha all along, or whatever the hell they're calling it. But there were moments of that show that were way better than I thought it was going to be. So who knows? But yeah, I can confirm Drew's always posting about stuff that he works on, and he's working on a shit ton of things. I feel like most of it he can't even talk about. So just you should go follow him that way he can stay in the loop. Just a reminder that we put the link for his Kickstarter in there as well. And we will be launching that on June 6th over on Wes's channel. It's going to be one hell of a good time. You should go check it out. We will be back Thursday at 7 o'clock for our floppy drop where we talk about this week's comics. I'm looking forward to that. I don't have a ton of shit to do this week, so I can actually read more and join the conversation a little bit more than I was last week. So looking forward to that. And other than that, next week, Dallas Fan Expo, we will not have a Tuesday show. I think next week we're going to try to do floppy drop on Wednesday from the Airbnb. So stay tuned for that. And we'll put details up as it comes. And then, stay tuned as we go into Dallas Fan Expo and for the week. And I will be posting some stuff on the member side of things, pictures, hopefully some quick, brief, just conversations with some of the talent. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, so potentially Chris Gore was the one that said it's good. All right. I will look. I like Chris Gore. I like Chris. Watch the fucking movie, Gore.
Yes, I love it.
But with that, folks, we are going to call it a night. I do want to say thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for being here. We always appreciate you guys being here. It's a lot of fun just to come nerd out, talk, about things that we love. So with that said, we're going to wrap up the night, close out, and we will see you guys on Thursday as we discuss this week's new releases. So
sweet.
Go read some comics, and we'll see you Thursday.
Bye.